Welcome to Starfield and the guide on how to unlock the ability to fly all ships in the game, as well as some quick level ups. Because in order to be able to fly all the ship classes in Starfield, you need rank 4 in the flight skill. However, this requires some challenges in which we have to shoot down some enemy ships. Therefore, we will show you how to quickly get skill points, so level ups, and then how to master the necessary challenges as effectively as possible in order to ultimately reach rank 4 in flying. So first, we're on the hunt for experience points, and to do that, we're going to look at 4 planets that's far away and about 40 to 50 levels above your current level. So with our current level 12, we picked the level 55 planet and set a course. After you can jump there directly, if you don't have the right ship, you can just do your jumps little by little. To do this, simply set a course and put enough power to your grav drive and the jump will be made automatically. Once on the planet, scan it first and then find a landing spot, where you can simply click on it and land. We don't need a mission or any special preparation, since our standard mining laser is already more than sufficient for what we have in mind. Especially since you won't use up any ammo with it. Before you leave your ship, however, you have the option to reduce the difficulty level over the menu if the level 55 or level 60 enemies you encounter are too difficult for you. But they are still doable on normal difficulty. However, it is a good idea to set a difficulty level to very high first before leaving the ship. This is because it will affect the loot generation and, should you encounter the appropriate enemies, you will have a much higher chance of getting better loot. After leaving the ship, we can then lower this difficulty level again, because the calculation of the loot takes place before loading. That is, the difficulty on the enemies can also be changed in a running session and reduced if necessary, but the probability of better loot must be selected before a scene transition. On the planet, of course, we can scan for various resources and perform tasks. However, we are hunting for experience points, and for this, we need the local flora and fauna. Because the randomly generated creatures on the planet have a level adapted to the planet, which gives us plenty of experience points. So we just kill the creatures found on the spot to earn experience points. This will give us between 70 and 100 experience points, depending on how high the level of the enemy is. And with that, we already collect enough experience points for 1 or 2 level ups in just a few minutes. And depending on what level you already have in the flight skill, it makes sense to earn enough points to get to the maximum of 4. In our case, we were at rank 2, so we needed 2 skill points. Along the way, we can explore the planet and scan it completely, which can get us some more credits if we sell it at the right place. But more about that in another guide. Once we have enough level ups, we can leave the planet and set course for home again. In detail, we fly to Jameson in the Alpha Centauri system, where the main part of our story campaign takes place. And once there, we go to the mast building, which most of you also know from the story missions or the campaign. Then, with a short elevator ride, we get into the flight simulator, where we do a few rounds to complete our flight skill challenges from level 1 to 4. Because for each level, we need to hunt down enemy spaceships, all of which we can complete in the flight simulator. This way, we don't risk our own ship, don't have to search for enemies for a long time, and as well, see in a moment, have some bonus features included. You can take the Vanguard pilot exam here in the simulator and your progress will continue even after you restart or cancel the simulation training. That is, every enemy shutdown counts towards your challenges. And here's another tip, because after the first enemy shutdown in a simulator, you can simply leave your seat, pausing the simulation and go to the back of the cockpit. There you will find this nice terminal. Because at this station you can upgrade your ship, your damage and even allies, so the tasks in the simulator are much easier and faster. And using the debug function at the bottom, you can even improve your lockpicking skill. You also get the option to keep the improvements for all rounds and generate an additional ship that, at level 62, can deal some serious damage and pull you through the sim test. And also in the simulator, you can still choose the difficulty. If you go to very easy here, the enemies are not really a problem, even if they appear in masses. And these masses of enemies we need for each level advancement. Because already for level 3 we need 15 enemies shot down. Whereas that increases to 30 for the final stage. So we fight through some simulation rounds, getting experience points, leveling our flight skill and additionally our lockpicking skill. Only loot or a payment we do not generate so. However, it is much faster to shoot the enemies in the simulator than to hunt for enough ships in the wild. Once we have completed the challenge for the respective level, on the other hand, we must necessarily leave the simulator in order to be able to select that the levels increase as well. Because within the simulator we have no access to our inventory or the level system. But there is no harm in simply cancelling the level or simulation progress and walking out of the simulator, as you can restart it at any time. And now that you can fly Class C ships at your rank 4, we'll go into the best ships in this size category in another guide. A bit of a spoiler, these ships can jump further, have more armament, are significantly larger and have an enormous amount of cargo space. And if you want to see more tips and tricks for Starfield, feel free to let me know in the comments. The daily Twitch live streams or check us out in Discord. I say goodbye, until next time, and see you soon.